Howdy, y'all. So on the next episode of Ricky's Big World, we gonna spill all the tea.
It smells just like KFC fried chicken. But I took some, put it on my finger, and went to eat it. It does not taste like it. It tastes like lotion. It's just nasty.
Why would you taste?
Because I was bored. I was, in between songs, and I wanted to do something.
Back in the pizza world caverns, behind the test ovens, and in reality next to the bathrooms, it's Ricky's Big World.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Ricky's Big World, where we are trying. My headphone fall. Hold on. There we go. All right, there. All right, so it always has to start off with some kind of wrong.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be us if it didn't.
But look at what Kyle brought us.
Yum.
I would. Can you say it with more enthusiasm than that?
Yum.
There you go. I put one on your plate too.
Thank you.
So what is this again?
This is our Baja taco, except he did a base of half beans, half queso.
Half beans.
So we're taste testing it. This is not on the menu yet.
I'm not gonna have gas. I'm gonna have some gas problem. We already got gas problem last time.
The beans will help everything move through the system. I'm going to do it without the sour cream and stuff just so I could taste the queso first.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. Oh, look.
Here we go. I don't think I'd ever say no to more cheese.
I like it.
I do too.
What I like about it, it's calmed down. I mean, now you're going to try it with the other stuff?
Yeah.
All right, so while you're doing that, we got to talk about my Auntie Wig. Number one, she has got this guy that has been hitting on her. And every time he sees her, hi, baby, how you doing? Well, how you doing? What, can I come by the shop sometime? Maybe take you out to dinner? Always.
Auntie Wigs.
I'm telling you.
Look at that.
And Auntie Wig looked at him, and she said, nah, baby. I done been married seven times. We done. We done. I ain't with nobody else.
Pause. Has she really been married 7 times?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It runs in my family.
Wow.
We would love getting married or not, but she said that she married the first time for love, the rest of us for the insurance money. So.
I love her. Does she know I'm her biggest fan?
No. I told her about the crazy lady that I work with, but other than that.
I love her. She's so funny.
That is good. That is good. I just put the sour cream on it, so we're going to try it with the sour cream.
Like Americano twist. Then I'm going to try Loki She's Finished Birthday. I might do a fully.
I think anywhere where we can use extra cheese is probably perfect. I would never say, I told Ricky I'd never say no to extra cheese.
I haven't yet.
Mm-hmm. Ricky's too busy eating to tell us about Auntie Wig's boyfriend. Is he a boyfriend or is he just a stalker at this point? I can't wait to put that face on the thumbnail.
I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me for a second. It tastes buttery.
It's delicious. People are like, I thought I was listening to a podcast. Nope, you're just listening to us eat. ASMR from Pizza World, Cedar Rapids.
Hey, if you want me to talk, I can talk. But don't talk. Oh, Lord.
That was so good.
I said it tasted buttery.
Yeah.
All right, what are we talking about? Auntie Wigs.
Auntie Wigs. So she has a boyfriend slash stalker. What's happening on? A suitor. There we go. That's a good name.
So he shows up at shop one day, with his sister.
The wig shop?
Auntie Wigs Wig Shop.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So shows up at the wig shop with his sister because his sister was buying a wig. Now, they're about the same age. And whole time, she said that this man, he's over here just he's eyeballing me and Google eye and everything else, and I just don't know what to do because, I'm not interested in no man and all of a sudden. Every time she sees him at the grocery store, he does the same thing. And so evidently the man's like real interested to the point where he finally said he wants to take her out to dinner.
Wow.
She said no. She said I ain't got time for no, no that she put it no scrub.
She's a busy gal.
She said them days are over. So she and then the day he wanted to take her was Saturday. This past Saturday. Or no, not past Saturday. I forgot what Saturday it was. Anyway, so wanted to take her to out on Saturday night. Well, she had to go to Atlanta for something. So she said no, maybe another day, which means no, never. That you know how it is. She ain't never gonna do that.
Yeah.
So
Just being polite.
while she was in Atlanta, Highway 75 goes through Atlanta, downtown Atlanta. The tourists take 285 around. The locals go straight through. That's why I like to go straight through. And so she's driving, and she's got that brand new Cadillac. Remember, I told you
Right.
about that. And so she drives real careful. She don't drive it like a hot rod like she used to. And so she was going speed limit. She got pulled over by the police.
For going the speed limit?
Going speed. Let me tell you something. Atlanta's got this thing called Operation Clean Sweep.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see the highway, and they would line the highway with car after car after car after car. I mean, you'll see like 15 cars all lined up. And one speeds by, there it goes, like a Pez dispenser. Pop, 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 pop. And she was going speed limit. The guy stopped her. And she said, it's 55 as a speed limit. Nobody goes less than 70, 75 on the highway.
Yeah.
All right. And the only time that I've ever seen cops pull anybody over is when they hit over 80.
Okay.
But in Georgia, if you're caught going 75 or more, it's automatic $400 super speeder fine. So she gets pulled over going 55. She says she knew it was 55 because it's on the cruise control. And so it just kept on going. So before he gets out of that car, she calls her friend, who's also a police officer. And she says, hey, look here. I don't know what's going on. Your boy's over here stopping me going 55. I don't know if I got a light out, but I need you, since you in Atlanta, come on. So he goes over there. And the guy's telling her, well, you're going the speed limit. And, you normally when people go to speed limit in Atlanta, you're a criminal trying to hide something.
Oh, my goodness.
You talking about hot.
Oh, I
hot.
bet.
She's like, oh, no. She said, I almost snatched my wig off and about to punch him in the face. And so she, hold on, my drawers are falling out. Anyway, so she goes and her friend shows up, in his squad car. He's like, had a long talk with the guy. And he's like, no. He said, she's going to speed limit. Normally criminals, all that. And then the guy jumped on him bad.
Really?
He said, you got so many things going on in this city, and you worried about this lady right here going the speed limit? That's not how we do things. And she yelled out the window, must have been his quota. He must be needing his quota. And he proceeded to give her a ticket. And he said, well, I'll rank you. I'm telling you no.
Whoa.
I mean, Auntie Wigs said it's probably a fist fight out there. So, one of the reasons why they do that is because quite a few years back, there was this big, I forgot what kind of car it was, but anyway, going the speed limit, going through downtown Atlanta. And they got pulled over, going 55 miles an hour. Come to find out, there was like pounds and pounds and pounds of drugs in the trunk.
Oh, my goodness.
So, the guy gets arrested, taken in. They go to court. The judge dismissed the case, saying the police officer had no reason whatsoever
over.
to pull him over.
Right, because he's
So-
going the speed limit.
Exactly. They confiscated, of course, everything, but the guy was let go after, I forgot, he was in jail for like a week. So the guy sued the police department
Yeah.
and won.
Of course.
And I'm like, this was the first one I've ever seen where really crime does pay.
Yeah.
But
I mean, obviously, they had all that stuff, and they shouldn't have had all that stuff. But to get pulled over for going the speed limit,
I'm on the fence on it.
yeah, I mean, I am too.
I'm
But
so on
like,
the
that's
fence
so
on it 'cause I'm
crazy to me.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so.
Because then you're pulling over people that's just, it's not necessarily worth it.
And my aunt just got, Auntie Wigs got, pulled over for no reason at all because
Yep.
they were thinking had that same mentality about
Right.
it, all because of that one incident.
And that's
they had.
resources that are being used that could be,
But Operation Clean Sweep don't play.
wow.
They will pull you over for 1 mile over speed limit. They don't care.
But then they also pull you over for speed limit.
But they also pull you over for speed limit.
You can't
This
win.
one guy did. Nobody else. I don't know if anybody else would have done it.
Yeah.
But she, man, I'm talking about. She was hot. She told that guy that she wanted to press charges against him through international, what do they call it, internal affairs,
Oh my goodness.
everything. But
Auntie
she'll
Wigs
forget.
was going to have his job.
She'll
No,
forget
I
the
know.
next day.
That's crazy.
That's how that's gonna work. She's gonna be
So
like,
she's
oh.
got a suitor and almost went to jail.
Well, had she went out to dinner with the man, she wouldn't have been almost going to jail. And
Is that the lesson to be like?
that's the lesson. That's the lesson. I'll tell you what, if it had been my daughter, though, I wouldn't have said that. But so
Yeah.
no, it's not the lesson. She said no. She said no. That's the point.
Yeah.
But he's gonna keep trying, and he's smooth. Oh my goodness, he wears one of them Sears sucker suits
Oh.
with the light blue,
Mhm.
with the collar and everything. Man, he think he is slick from 1972. And she said he walks like a pimp.
I mean-
and he wants to take her to McDonald's.
We talk about Auntie Wigs and her hustle, and I love that she can still pull men. She got suitors.
For a woman her age,
Yeah, she got
her beautiful legs.
I'm
I've
telling
been
you.
told many times, your great aunt got them pretty legs. And one day I was like, does she really got pretty legs? She was wearing these little like short things, whatever it is, and she gonna walk around. But she'll wear pantyhose to the pool. She said, I ain't been out this house without no lycra on since I was 13 years old. I'm gonna put on pantyhose and lycra and everything.
I love her. She's one of my favorite characters. She's such a strong woman. She's got that hustle. She's got.
Too strong. she work all of us nerves though.
I love
She
that.
get on my nerves. And she'll call. The thing I don't like about Auntie Wig when she hang up on folks. I can't stand that man.
Yeah, she does that to you a
A
lot.
lot. All my family does. And I found I do it too. I got irritated with my cousin and click.
You're like, bye.
Why you hang up on me when they call me back? You lucky I answer the phone. So. But then we were talking about inheritances.
All right.
And Auntie Wigs is talking about, when I die, you gonna get some money. And I said, Auntie Wigs, I don't want money from you. And I said, the whole inheritance thing, I got to deal with inheritance tax and all that. What if I just give it to you in cash right now? Oh, that'll do. And
I love her.
all of a sudden, she's like, oh, okay. So, I ain't got to die before you get my money, but if I do die, you okay with that too, huh? And I was like, no, that's not what I said. Click. I called her back. I said, Auntie Wigs, I'm not saying I want you to die. Well, you sure made it sound like you wanted me to die to get my money. That is not what I said. In fact, what I said was I didn't want your raggedy money. I said, I'd rather have you with your irritating ass here. Excuse my language. I apologize. But she got on my nerves. All right? Lord forgive me, Mama. I'm sorry. But the point is that, Ratchety had to get on my nerves. And she going to sit there and tell me what I'm feeling. And I told her, I said, Miss Ma'am, I said, I don't recall ever asking you for a dime my entire life. No, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going to give you some money. There ain't going to be much, baby. You might be able to buy a pool or something, but you can't buy the whole house. I said, a pool? Okay, well, how much money are we talking
That's a
about?
lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
And knowing her taste, it's going to be a nice pool.
Yeah.
And, but I told her, I said, Auntie Wigs, I really don't. I want you here. I don't want your money. I'm fine. We are fine. And and plus it brought back bad feelings I had with certain bank in the area. That when I tried to deposit money from, remember I told you that my pop passed away, the one that I called my dad, not my biological father.
I don't think we talked about this.
So my dude, I called my dad because he's been there for me since I was a child. And he passed away. He left me a very nice chunk of change. And went and deposited into the local bank here. And they got a letter saying we're going to close your account for fraud.
Me? What?
I said, I have been with this bank for 20 years. And you're going to sit there and do that because I deposited a check. Evidently, on the checks side in Illinois, it had not passed through some system that they have. So when I deposited here, instead of calling up that bank to verify the funds like I did,
they just flagged
they
it.
just came out and said, we're going to close your account. I said, we've been with y'all for 20 years. And you're going to sit, and this is the bank that has the click. Anyway, so here's what I did. I contacted the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency that regulates all the banks in the United States. They don't regulate credit unions. This is separate. But I contacted them. I filed an online complaint, and I said, this is what's happening. They're closing my account after 20 years because of this. No. When you contact the Office of the Comptroller, now y'all listen to the words I'm saying that's coming out of my mouth. When you threaten a bank with the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, they listen like you won't believe. All of a sudden, I started getting phone calls from them. They were like, we're not going to close your account. Oh. And I said, no, this letter right here clearly states you're closing my account for fraudulent behavior.
They were like, hold on, let me back up real quick.
Yeah.
Let me change my tune.
We contacted the other bank in Illinois. I said, yeah, like I told you to. I specifically said, contact that bank. Here's the bank's name. Here's this. Already talked to them. Let's get this over with and done. Because look, I'm going to put that money in the savings account, so I don't want to touch it, but I want to make sure it's safe in there. And they did me like that.
That's rough.
Hot. And but once that comptroller, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, I know I said it multiple times, I'm going to keep saying it, got
You're
involved.
like, I'm going to make sure you listen.
They listen. So if you ever have a problem with a bank, I don't care what it is. If the bank ain't going to work with you, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency is a U.S. government agency.
All right.
They control the banks.
Look at us teaching people.
Huh?
Look at us teaching people.
I'm telling you, we educated around here. But the point is they fixed it. So when Auntie Wigs is sitting there talking about, hey, I'm on leave you some money, I don't want to go through that mess again.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Just hand me my cash.
I don't want to get taxed on it. I don't want to. Yeah.
I want to do all that
right under the table.
Right.
This is not legal advice.
To think that a bank would do somebody like that after that long with the bank.
Oh, they don't care though. They're there for their money.
And that's one of the reasons why I like some credit unions. There's some in town that I actually like that we want to switch to. But this isn't the first time that this particular bank has done us wrong.
That's
we actually lost our house because of them.
What?
The same bank. Mm-mm. So what happened was, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. So what happened was, our very first house we ever owned, we bought when we moved to Iowa. And beautiful house and everything else. Everything was going great. But then something happened with our insurance company that changed. And the insurance company lapsed. Well, the bank took it upon themselves to charge us an additional $700-something a month on top of the mortgage.
Whoa.
So we continued paying the mortgage. I wasn't paying that insurance price.
Yeah.
So we continued paying the mortgage. And they said, well, we just sold your house.
They sold it?
They sold it out underneath us.
They didn't even tell you that they were going to sell it? They just contacted you one day we sold it.
They kept sending these threatening letters.
Yeah.
About you need to pay this much in and your back insurance costs. And we're like, we are in a position of getting another insurance policy on the bank, but you are charging $700 something extra a month on top of the mortgage payment we're paying. I said, this is it was getting too difficult.
Yeah.
And so they finally they sold our account to another bank. That bank, in fact, I found the paperwork while I was cleaning out the garage. That bank then said, in the words on there, it says there was basically no discovery that there was anybody disabled living in the house.
What?
Yeah. And this was in 2017, or 2016, 2017. I became disabled in 2014.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm so glad I found this paperwork just recently. I don't know if there's a statute of limitation on things like that, but they did. And then this other particular bank that we have an office here in town then sold our house.
That's wild.
You talking about? I couldn't believe it. I was like, we were paying the mortgage. The mortgage it came out automatically. We never missed a payment on that mortgage. But because they wanted to jack that up, and this bank has been in trouble with this kind of stuff many, many times.
So what did you guys end up doing? Did you have to move?
We moved and
used a different
bank? Well, that's the problem. We're still with that same bank.
What? That surprises me.
That surprises me too.
Anything.
Because Jennifer and I we keep talking about it. But everything is so convenient as far as we don't have to change anything on this, that I can't believe I'm still with the same bank.
I can't either. I ought to jump ship.
So when we move, guess what? Bye.
Yeah.
So
once you leave the state, leave the bank behind.
It does not surprise me that they would do us dirty like this. And I've heard other people complain about things, but yeah, we lost our house because of this
That
mess.
is wild.
So for a while we had 2 more. Even though we left the house, we still continued paying the mortgage. So I don't know what statute of limitations is on with that kind of thing.
I look into it.
I want to nail them so bad. Now that I found the paperwork,
if we have any lawyers that listen to us,
I sure hope so.
Message in.
But again, this was like 2017, whatever. But
who knows?
But we were happier. We're happier in the current house, and now we're getting a nicer house. I just showed you the picture. What do you think about the pictures?
You did show me the pictures.
And
beautiful. It's
it's
beautiful.
got that French.
Oh yes, fancy.
What's the word? French.
I think you're mispronouncing fancy.
I don't know about fancy, but
it's beautiful.
French pavilion, provincial, French le coupe de coupe bois.
Yeah.
Okay, there. How about that? I don't know what I just said. But
I don't know, but it's beautiful.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It is.
We built it ourselves.
Yeah.
But it's actually 2008 house.
Wow. Is your
look,
are you using that bank for that house?
No. I was about to cuss.
Good.
But no.
Good.
Now, once we are done with this bank, I will never touch. I won't even go out there and ride horses no more.
I won't even look at a horse.
I ain't looking at one. I don't want no My Little Pony. I don't want nothing to do. Nothing about this bank.
Yeah.
Because of my personal own real experiences.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't want nobody coming up to somebody like he's doing this, he's degrading it. No, I'm telling the story about my own personal experience.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
I mean, this is your platform. You can say what you want.
I know, but you know how sue happy people can be, and especially banks. They want, we want more money.
Well, we didn't name any names.
No, we did not name any names. But I tell you what, it doesn't matter because it personally happened.
That's wild.
And I got the paperwork.
Yeah. That's
So-
wild. You'll have to look into that and let us know. Follow up with us.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what statute of limitations would be on something like that because it caused a load of financial problems that we had to dig our way
Well,
out.
even I wouldn't even say financial, like also like emotional, mental, like the amount of
the stress.
yeah. I mean, that must have taken a toll on your guys' mental health.
Well, and,
as
and
well.
then on top of that, I mean, my wife is dealing with an amputee, and I'm having to deal with everything I got to deal with, and it was just I was angry all the time. I was, like you said, emotional.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's hard too when when something like that happens to you and your life has altered dramatically, like, you get angry. Like, and we've talked about sometimes, like, I've gone through my own stuff too, and, like,
Yeah,
I was
just don't
angry.
like bringing my personal stuff out, but that.
Yeah, but, like, I was angry. And, like, so it makes sense that you would be angry too, and then to have the house on top of that, like, that's just, it's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
I look back on it now, and you know, if I talk about it too much, like I just did, I could feel like I just felt that I was getting a little bit on the angry side.
I feel you.
But I don't want to see that happen to anybody else.
Right.
So,
And honestly, it shouldn't happen, especially to people, like, who are going through something. Like, you would think that companies would take their customers' interests into account,
Well,
but
you would think-
they don't.
you
They
would
don't
think a
care.
bank wouldn't want a house sitting empty.
It's all
They-
money to them.
They
don't
would rather
care.
have the money.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You think that they would rather have somebody paying the mortgage, and which is what we were doing.
Yeah. But it's probably better for them if they sell it and somebody else gets a 30-year mortgage. Now they're starting over at the beginning versus paying off a couple
I saw
years.
what that house sold for,
Yeah.
and it was nothing near what we paid for it. In fact, I think it was a third what we paid for it.
Wow. That's crazy.
Because during that time, it was just things were going downhill, with the economy and everything else, and so it was just like, wow, you
That's
really
wild.
sold that house for that?
That's wild.
So, again, it's more of a cautionary tale
Yeah.
to tell it. We're over it,
Yeah.
but not over it at the same time.
Well, I'm excited that you have a new bank at your new house, and you'll be switching banks, and it'll all be
Yeah,
nice.
we're gonna be yes, and again, it disturbs me a little bit to think that we are still with these ratchety people.
I don't know. You're gonna have. Well, the good news is you won't be much longer.
We
So
won't be what exactly. So, but
you're gonna be like essentially like starting over, like starting fresh. Look at you.
or recycling back to where we were before.
Well,
'Cause we from,
have you
we're
lived
from the
in?
South? We're from Georgia.
But have you ever lived in Louisiana?
No.
Yeah. So like this is like an all new start for you.
Here's the problem. Some of Jennifer's families live in Louisiana.
That's the problem.
Yes, that's the problem. That's why we love living in Iowa. We ain't got no family here. Family. No, it's just it'll be okay. What I plan on doing is going to the city where Still Magnolias is filmed.
Ooh.
Because the house, if you remember watching the movie, you ever watched the movie?
Yeah.
Remember the house the Eatontons lived in?
Yeah.
The big brick one?
It's there.
It is it's there. It's a bed and breakfast.
Oh.
It's out of tent. So I told Jennifer I want to go stay there.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
I want to go to the park where they were at. I want to go everywhere. I want to go to Truby House.
That'd be so cool.
I want to go everywhere they were at.
I love that. It's
So-
going to be so much fun for you in Louisiana.
I think so.
I think there's going to be a lot for you to do.
I love hurricanes. So,
I love her.
and dinosaurs. So, yeah, why not?
Dinosaurs for sure.
Or as Jennifer calls them, swamp puppies.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're going to go
Now,
play with the swamp puppies.
They have snakes and stuff too there, just like
Anaconda,
Georgia.
Yeah, they got snakes.
Yeah.
And they even got the alligators that swim in the ocean.
I'm not for that. I don't know.
I'm not getting in the water, so we're good.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to get in my pool next to that lake.
Yeah, so the lake is like right behind your house and your pool's right there. That was the only thing. Like, I would double check that pool before I got in and make sure there's no alligators.
Did you see
or
how
snakes.
clear that pool was? We're going to keep it that way.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I'd be looking out there every day. Like,
I'm going to have to watch
what's
my
out there?
dog. I'm like, he's too delicious of a snack. We cannot have
They're
my
gonna
dog
smell
messing.
you from just beyond that gate.
Okay, see, now you got to quit talking like that because, number one, there are two lakes. There's that one, and then you go across the way where the other houses are, and on the other side of the houses is another one.
Fair.
And then
Either way, they're gonna smell the fried chicken.
What about
The
fried
chicken grease.
Oh, yeah, I do smell delicious. I will say that. No matter how much showers I take,
Just can't get the
I
deliciousness.
can't get out of my pores. I'm deep fried. I'm good. And somebody years ago gave me KFC hand lotion.
They made that.
They made that.
That's hilarious.
I even
What a
tasted
great
it to
gift.
see if it tasted like it.
My mind is spinning of going away gifts we can give you now. KFC lotion.
I just threw some away because it's old. It's like from 2015.
I'll get you a new one.
No, we good. We good, but
Do they do cologne,
it
like fried
smells
chicken cologne?
It smells just like KFC fried chicken. But I took some, put it on my finger, and went to eat it. It does not taste like it. It tastes like lotion. It's just nasty.
Why would you taste?
Because I was bored. I was, in between songs, and I want to do something. So that it.
I worry about you.
And that's my cue. Okay, so look. Until next time, this is Ricky with Ricky's Big World. We're going to leave the door unlocked for you. Just don't come with the bills and your problems. All right. Goodbye. All right. There you go. How about that?